is the hard count of the Tide Hunter. If you don't address that properly, Tide might just be completely shut down out of the lane.
I'm just really excited to see Death on that Legion Commander again.
It's a decent pick. It's not what I thought they would pick, because there are some answers here for TNC, I would say. Something like a Draw Ranger or so.
What would you have gone? Yeah, what would you have gone instead of the Legion Commander if you were gonna do that last pick?
Well, I thought something like a Storm would have been better, where you just have some better source of initiation, because like your mid Dragon Knight, sure, he can initiate, but
would execute and get quite ahead with.
I got and the predict TNC pick.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah. You're so good.
The guy, the other thing is the guy playing the Legion Commander, he's the new player. He's the young guy. I mean, he's 26, but he's new to the team. He's never gotten this close to being in a TI. Usually this is the guy who's been in these SEA qualifiers and gets last place. Palno was filling me. He's like, yeah, this guy got 8th place last time he played TI qualifiers with me on Resurgent. You know, he's lost in the open qualifiers. So here he is in the grand finals. Give him something, he's coming.
100%.
Yeah. Did you like that Ursa last pick though? I feel like they're doubling down on the physical damage, and now TI and Ursa kind of do the same thing. Wyvern is amazing against it. Even
I mean, I guess Wyvern is amazing, but I guess maybe thinking that you can just build up those, you know, Fury swipe stacks, but still, I think Wyvern, yeah, still is amazing and does counter the Ursa, so it does feel like it's just trying to take advantage of the lane. You're up against 3 melee cores. I think that's what TNC said. Okay, they have 3 melee cores. What's the carry that can kind of punish this? And they decide Ursa. Maybe they're going to be just looking to play really fast. Like TA, Ursa, the 2 best Roshing heroes in Dota, it feels like. This may be a more, you know, snowbally TNC draft than what we've seen before.
Fast games seem to work really well in favor of TNC, though. Like I said, the games that we saw beforehand that TNC did win in the other best of 3 that happened, they were only around 40-45 minutes. So that could be a goal that they're going for here. They found success in it yesterday as well for that really quick early game draft. Ultimately, I really like the look of TNC, but I could also just be a really big TNC fan. But I'll let you guys jump into game number 1, and I can't wait to see how it goes.
Prepare for battle.
Here we are, Black. It's the grand finals, TNC Fnatic. We've been waiting a long time to get here, and, well, perhaps could not ask for a better matchup. The 2 biggest names in Southeast Asian Dota. I think we figured out who Nat has in her companion prediction with the TNC. They may or may not be mine as well. But this, based on how Fnatic's played, the fact when these 2 teams last met and it was a 2-0, I mean, I guess even ignoring the draft, looking at this best of 5 as a whole, I'm curious to ask you, do you think there is a favorite coming in at all?
I would say, just based on what we saw yesterday, Fnatic is like slightly favored, maybe 55-45. Simply because their decisiveness seems to be on another level than TNC. Yesterday, both games were insanely close, and Fnatic just won both games purely based on their decision-making with those buybacks and the decisiveness to reinitiate when TNC wasn't ready for it.
Things unravel here. Looking at what some of these lanes might be, there are definitely, I feel like when you see these heroes like Monkey King and Ursa, you're always looking for specific lane matchups. Already you've got Raven kind of playing around the mid lane, trying to figure out, does he go top, does he go bottom, where is he going to get the Tide Hunter matchup?
The battle begins.
Definitely want to get the right lanes here.
As the Impale, he's going to snipe it. Boomy with the aggressive ward on that hill, helping him out. He ruins a piece.
Yep. Jabs with the quick fingers there, otherwise could have been 3 for TNC. But yeah, this top lane is very interesting, as I said. Like, you know it's gonna be a 4 Wyvern, and I feel like a 4 Wyvern is actually pretty damn good against Ursa. You have 2 slows and a potential save also for your Legion commander. And especially in China, we have seen this answer a lot. Every time there was an LC, they picked Ursa. But Ursa lost the lane every single time. It was just come mid-game where the Ursa had like the power spike with the diffuser blade, where he made LC feel very uncomfortable. But the lane was not won by Ursa a single time.
Feels like there's going to be a lot of harass coming out because it's Splinter Blast and level 1 overwhelming odds with a Bacillus ring on the Wyvern. Yep. This is a very different approach to the offlane, just going for this double nuke spam, and that's going to constantly harass this Ursa.
Yeah, which also will lead to LC, I think, just free farming here because, as you said, you can't really contest the Ursa. Once there's Arctic Burn online, you just won't be able to reach anyone.
If TNC have a response to that, they find any ways to make any kind of aggressive plays or get on top of the Wyvern. Looking at some of our other lanes, mid lane TA versus DK, do you think any edge going either way or just a bit of a farm battle?
It's a farm battle. If anything, usually it's the DK that starts pressuring more once he's level 6. Because he doesn't really care too much about the TA right clicks, and once the Dragon Form is up, the refraction doesn't really matter anymore either. I think the biggest action lane is going to be probably bottom.
There was almost an arrow then that if that had landed on Raven or Sal, that could have actually been a potential kill. They have gone for that early pointing gush, but first blood is not on top. Gabby, they find the kill onto Death, who perhaps overplays his hand. Umi and Gabby team up to get that kill early on. Do they have a Sal? Doesn't look like it, so they're gonna have to bring one out as well as use the Tengras they've got.
Yeah, they misplayed this lane a little bit. Like, as you said, they went for a spam lane, but they actually started to just fight them head on, which is exactly what TNC want. Like, they don't want to get spammed out of the lane, they just want to fight them. But it did, leading to Ursa getting a first blood here.
Because they don't have the same kind of health regen. They're playing with this Massey ring, and they don't have the stats from branches.
Yeah.
Find a way to punish it. We'll see if that's how much of a difference that's going to make up here. It was Ursa who got the kill as well, so that's going to allow him to get a much faster phase boost with that bonus gold.
Yeah, and Chayon actually opting to not go for a bottle, which we usually see against matchups like TA, simply because you're going to get harassed a lot. He's already sitting at half health, and this refraction Psyblade damage is really starting to stack up on him. Has to be careful.
Maybe this is just his DK build. This is the second time I've seen him play this DK mid, and last time he also went for this Bracer Soul Ring build.
Yeah, it just might backfire a little bit in this high Harris lane here.
Well, whenever he can, just throwing out those melt strikes.
A lot of damage.
Radiance.
You can also see Armel, he does have the bottle, so he should win that region war.
Yes.
That was kind of you.
The only problem I have with Soul Ring is, every time you use it, you're also sacrificing 150 health. When you're already low in health, it's not the greatest investment. I will see how it goes. He's regening back up.
Yeah, he's leveling up Dragon Blood. I think that's how you make up for it. You go for that third point in Dragon Blood. At that point, you've got 9 armor and full health regen. I imagine he's going to be okay unless his support rotates. He's getting pushed so low. Armel just bullying him here, and he's going to zone him away from this top water rune, forces Xuan to go back to the bottom one, and Mirana is there with a leap. I believe Mirana is going to be able to pick that one up, so no rune for the TK. It's just a water rune. He doesn't have a bottle, so it wasn't a bottle rune. Arrow comes flying in. It's nicely dodged.
Yeah.
Dire structures
Ursa fell down to 200 HP as well, getting salved up by his support. He went Mask of, or rather Morbid Mask first, just to sustain himself a little bit better in this lane, but it's not really a whole lot of sustain, because you can't really get Fury Swipe stacks up on anyone to be able to make good use of the leech.
Lane meanwhile, they're diving in on Xuan underneath the tower here. Kim's backing up Armel, but the jab's TP will be enough to deter any chase, but that exposes perhaps this top lane. Death has to be careful now. He's got raindrops though, so he should be inky enough to sustain himself, and it doesn't look like they're gonna for any kind of aggressive play.
Yeah, this is very good though for the side of TNC, because Gabby now can life reach back to 4 with his Morbid Mask without the Wyvern there to harass him. No problem. Getting stunned up on Death.
My face.
A little bit too speedy. Do you like the scaling on overwhelming odds? Do you think it should give the same bonus movement speed every level? I feel like it should scale also.
I mean, I'm a big Legion player, so...
I mean, Legion players will hate you for it.
I'm not advocating for any Legion buffs if that's what you're asking.
No nerfs, if anything. I hate playing against that hero.
Yeah, the fact, the level 1 gives you so much escape potential.
Yeah, DK level 6 now, middle. I feel the pain a little bit from that poison breath.
break through that refraction a bit easy, but TA already level 6, can easily fall back to the jungle. Gloves, Wraith Band, and a Blightstone. There will be a jump in down bottom. Raven immediately gets jumped on.
You endure.
They found the strike hold, but it's top lane where death actually goes down. So we're fighting happening both top and bottom. They go for the return kill. They're gonna get
Jabs, no boots.
Splinter Blast finishes them off. And Jabs, yeah, he's just dying. Gabby, one more right click. Can he juke him in the trees? He shouldn't be able to do so. It's gonna be a double kill up top for Gabby. Absolutely fantastic start for this Ursa.
No, who already has the diffuser blade queued up as well. I liked it a lot. You don't want to go for any sort of greedy item build when you have a TA in your team already. You really just want to bring the pace to them.
Having those raindrops early. He's already chewed through 3 charges, but it's just allowed him to destroy this top lane.
Yeah, I mean, raindrops is a super value item. Any pub player that doesn't buy it, you're making a big mistake. It's cheap, gives super good mana regen, and can win you a lane, as we have seen just now.
He looked to also fall back, set up some stacks. AA did make a nice rotation into this dire ancient area to block the ancients, but it does get dewarded, so...
Yeah, got dewarded immediately.
Yeah, I didn't actually... I guess they realized AA made that move, because I don't think they'd actually scatter. They've got so many stacks. You've got Lion also stacking up top in the jungle.
Yeah, and the big problem is, they have no stack clearer on Radiant at all. That's the only thing their draft really lacks. Because they can't make good use of the ancients. Like, who's gonna farm them? Even Monkey King can't really farm them efficiently.
I think it's gonna be pressure on Fnatic to take some team fights once they get their kind of key early game items, and if they can't keep up and farm.
Yeah, I think so. You can already see a 1k gold advantage purely off farm. TA is starting to take these ancient stacks right at minute 7 also, so they're getting all these juicy neutral items.
The TA net worth is most of the difference. 1,000 gold ahead of the Dragon Knight with the obviously superior farming ability. That is every TA game. You know,
Yep.
I guess obviously teams are letting TA go through, and it's not like TA is being picked every game. There is a fall-off point for TA. Is that correct? Do you feel, or why is what's the answer to TA when you're just giving her this much farm?
So the thing is, why TA is so prioritized right now in a lot of regions is because with this new Dragonlance build, you actually scale very well into the late game. You itemize more into a hard carry. Like, a lot of TAs don't even go for this Blink Dagger anymore. They just go for more damage items, which means in the late game you're a much bigger threat than you were previously.
Dragonlance queued up. Dragonlance steps, I could imagine. Then you always feels like they're hoping for that Grove Bow.
Yeah, and then suddenly you have that 900 range. Kind of crazy.
The Quiver seems to be the crazy good one, because that Quiver melt strike hit from insane range is just ridiculous.
Yeah, especially if you have like a Daedalus or just a mini crit even, you can just melt supports. This Ursa is also very farmed. He is already up 1 Blade of Alacrity. Once he finishes his Fusel, at this rate, should be like minute 12 or so. It's gonna be very big. Chayu on top, but Tidehunter already TP'd. You wanna set up with the Ravage here.
They're coming around from behind. Death's gonna be careful. The Ravage is gonna lead things off. It's gonna zone out the DK, who does get clipped by the edge of it. They try and kill off Death first with the Impale. Boomy's chasing for more, has a Hex. But Fnatic do a good job to cut their losses. Still a good rotation from TNC. Defend their tower, they get a kill. But it is just 1 kill.
Yeah, they were not ready for that. Like, they thought they could just pressure the tower with the DK, but it was a pre-rotation before the DK even really arrived from Bok. Landing a pretty decent Ravage there. But now the mid tower under a little pressure. Half health already.
I don't wanna let this tower mid take too much damage. There are some TA traps on the sides, and Lion trying to maybe set up, but
yeah, look at that
back up to get this kill.
TA trap network. I hate that. When you get trapped once, you walk into another trap, and then another trap.
Low, yeah.
Yeah, and the damage too is actually pretty significant. 250, level 1. Oh, I didn't know it's that much.
Atrium bot gets stolen by the DK. Armel gonna refill his bottle, and DK denying it. Isn't gonna be able to make any plays with this. It does feel like the Fnatic game plan was, let's pick all these series that TA is going to struggle to kill, but at the same time, their early game has really suffered because of it.
Yeah, I mean, look at Tidehunter's net worth compared to Monkey. The plan is to shut him down out of the lane completely, but they're the same net worth. So bot lane didn't even win at all.
We come top though. Might shadow in. is coming from behind. What's he gonna find here? Walked into a sentry, what's the Dixie, and
Arrow on the catapult.
powers a seed creep. He gets Winter's Curse. They're gonna look to set up. He manages to leap away before any kind of a duel. I don't think they had the damage though. Keeping these towers alive.
Yeah. And look at Ursa. Just one robe of the Magi away from this diffuser blade. That's a massive power spike for Ursa.